Well, thank you for tuning into Prophecy Snapshots. And this is actually the last one on the judgment seat of Christ. And then we're going to be looking at the beginning of the tribulation the next time we meet. All right, I want to talk to you about living here in light of there. Okay, you want to be prepared for the judgment seat. You want to be prepared to get rewards. This is very important. Listen, it's never the wrong time to do the right thing. Now look with me as we're going to be looking at quite a few verses. I'll do these quickly. Look with me in 2 John chapter 1 verse 8. He says, "Look to yourselves that we do not lose those things which we have wrought or we have coming, that we receive a full reward." No, what he's saying is be careful because you can lose your rewards, and you can. So you want to keep building the rewards and you don't want to lose your rewards. Very important. Listen, don't fall to the seduction of sizzle land out there. Okay, listen, there's nothing out there. Keep your eyes upon the Lord and live for him. Okay, God is going to judge all of our works with fire. Okay, so we're not looking at exactly how to get those rewards today, but I want you to take note of this, and I'm going to read this quickly. He says, "Now, if any man in his life, he builds upon the foundation, which is Jesus, gold and silver and precious stones," and that's all good works, good things, all things we've been talking about, "or you put on there wood, hay, and stubble." Now, I'm being upfront here, that's a pile of nonsense, stupid, frivolous things that a lot of Christians go after is number one. He said, "Now, every man's work shall be made manifest, the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire." So the Bible says God is going to send a fire through your works. And notice right here it says, "And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. Now, if any man's work abides on that which he hath built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. But if any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss. But he himself shall be saved, yet as by fire." There's some people, you're getting into heaven by the skin of your teeth. I mean, you're like, if you weren't saved, and thank God we don't have to work our way into heaven, but you have nothing to offer God. You were just a self-centered Christian. Very, very sad. And you don't want to be that person, because one day in heaven, your chickens will come home to roost and you're going to be ashamed. Now, Thomas Carlyle, he wrote the book, The French Revolution. And when he made his copy, it's back in like 1834, so of course I don't have copy machines. So he finally finished it and he was excited. Well, the next morning early, a maid that came into his home, she had to get the fire going to heat up the house, and she saw the stack of papers there on the mantle, and she used it to start the fire. And she burned his entire book. Could you imagine what he felt like when all his work was burnt up? Well, many of us, our lives are just going to go up in flames. We're Christians, but we went after all the wrong things. Now look with me down here in Romans chapter 14. He says, "But why do you judge your brother?" Don't judge other people. "Or why do you set at naught your brother?" He said, don't even have conflict with them. "For we shall stand before the judgment seat of Christ." You let God take care of those things. And then also over here in continuing, it says, "For it is written, as I live, saith the Lord, every knee is going to bow and every tongue will confess to God. So then every one of us will give account of himself to God." Do you see that? That's the judgment seat of Christ. Okay, one more verse. Romans chapter 3, verse 11. Jesus said, "I'm coming soon. Hold on to what you have so that no one will take your crown." Now listen, this is an opportunity beyond a lifetime. A few brief moments that you'll live upon the face of this earth is going to determine what you are going to do for all eternity. Get into the race. Start living for God. Get on fire for him. Start serving him, and don't you ever quit.